I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And today, let's have an end-of-the-world roundtable. The doom screamers are yelling into the abyss again because an asteroid is going to come close to Earth. As a matter of fact, they say it's going to skim the Earth. Now, when I hear the word skim, I think of a dude putting a long scratch down the door of your new car or a bullet grazing my skull during a drive-by. That, to me, is a skim. If it was close, caused minor damage, and made me drop a load in my jockeys, that's a skim. What does that smell? Sorry, dude, an asteroid skimmed me. You got a napkin? Now, the news story I read said the asteroid is going to pass terrifyingly close to the Earth. Or it's going to pass 2.8 million miles close to the Earth. 2.8 million. That's pretty far. Only one Volvo in history has driven that far. So on Friday, when you're standing outside and your hair blows a little bit for a second, you'll know that asteroid 2014 YB35 has given our planet a haircut. So we can all relax because 2.8 million miles isn't exactly getting cut off in traffic, but people say, yeah, but compared to the size of the galaxy, it's really close. Yeah, well, compared to the size of a hamster, my Yorkshire Terriers are lions. You know, they say that if an asteroid is going to hit us, when an asteroid finally hits us, the Earth will end because when it comes to asteroids, it is size that counts. Hey, that was a galactic dick joke. You're welcome. So, there you have it. Besides AIDS, cancer, Ebola, cheese, Monsanto, all the pharmaceutical companies, and Oprah, oh, you know it's all a setup. She's going to kill us. On top of Putin, ISIS, Boko Haram, and chocolate, space is going to start throwing rocks at us? Great. Now what? You know, what would you do if you knew very soon an asteroid was going to end society as we know it? Would you live your dream? Start shoving donuts into every orifice to make up for all those years you said no? But donuts. Or would you just Mad Max out and start building a 2,000 horsepower Armageddon buddy to take out the mutants that are hoarding the fuel, mate? The report says that the asteroid will get closer by 1 million kilometers by the time it passes in 2033. And then another 1 million kilometers when it passes the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and then the next time after that, it could actually hit Earth in 2087. Now, I know what I would do if the asteroid was going to hit Thursday, but what about when my kids are 80? How would I change my life? How important are wars if we're all going to go extinct after the New Year's Eve party in 2086? All I know is on New Year's Eve 2086, Ryan Seacrest is going to look like shit. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Hi. With me as always to the right, the lovely, amazing Bombshell Rae.
Hello.
In the distance, Fetus Farmer.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that was, his timing is impeccable. And Willie still is not here yet.
Oh, the stupidity of youth.
You know, I don't...
What were you just saying?
Willie is not here.
About fetus?
Fetus, nothing. We're not going to talk about it. No, I'm not going to, when I can't, he's already told me his friends are calling him fetus already, so it's really bad that we are calling him fetus, and it's stuck.
I'm sure I feel really bad about it.
I know it not at all. Not in the least. Not in the least. So anyway, so we found out this comet. So again, every couple months or years, it seems like there's this, the comet's going to come closer to the Earth, and then you see how far it's going to be from the Earth, and it's like 3 million, 4 million, 2 million miles. And they always go, well, comparatively to the size of the... Shut up. Look, if I can see it from my bedroom, it's close. I can see the moon. If it comes closer than the moon, give me an update. Now, there was a comet that did get closer to the moon a little while ago, but it was only the size of like a truck or something. It was
10 meters.
Yeah, it was 10 meters. It was only a little bit the size of a truck. And 10 meters, that's 10 meters, 30 feet, 40 feet. And then it was that one that went over Russia and said, poof, it blew up and blew windows out and hurt 1,500 people. Okay, that's close.
How many feet is 10 meters?
How many? 10 meters? About 30 feet.
I just like to hear you do generalization with math. It's about 30, 40 feet.
It's about 30 feet.
I like it. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. You're weird.
You're weird.
So got pretty girls. They want to make guys that are really accomplished and really like smart and doing well look stupid.
I just have, and I'm not kidding you, at least 2 requests a week to have you do either geography or math on the podcast.
That means
spontaneous.
That means our listeners are evil. They're stupid and evil. Hey, what is he worst at? Let's make him do those every week. That's good. Thanks, dickheads. So, and when I say dickheads, I mean dickheads. And I say it with love, but I still mean dickheads. So we were talking about it. So they said that this one comet is going to come around in 2033, and it's going to keep coming around in its orbit, and eventually, and it's getting 1 million kilometers closer, which I don't know how long that is. I couldn't even, kilometers, 65, 25, 7, 25 kilometers, about what, 2/3 of a mile? Is that about right? Third of a mile. It's about a third of a mile. And so it's about. So
You just slowly melt.
I just realized that I don't know, and the longer I talk, the stupider I sound. So it's a 1.6. Okay, so it's 1.6 kilometers is a mile. So that means
Wait, why did you change to kilometer from kilometer?
kilometers. Kilometers.
Sugar.
I talk from like
Big.
I talk drug. That's drug. They say kilometers in the drug trade.
Big comet. Big.
It's large.
So
1.6 kilometers to every mile. Kilometers. I do that sometimes. I switch back and forth. 1.6 kilometers. Wait, let me speak in English.
You're
so it's
ambilinguist.
1.6 kilometers,
Okay.
and it will. And what will happen was that the size will get closer. So 1 million kilometers is 1.6 million miles. So it will be closer every time. Right? Is that correct? Yes. So it'll get closer
By
every
the way,
time. So by 2086, there will be a large rock headed towards our face, basically. Earth will get punched in the face by a large piece of rock. And I think we'll all get vaporized. So it was interesting, all those movies they talk about. I was thinking, all those movies talk about, like, oh, well, the comet's coming. We got to land some guys on it because it's going to be in 4 weeks because no one was looking out the window. But now we know that this one might hit us in 2086. If you knew that the world was ending in 2086, what would you do? Would you change anything about your life?
My life?
Yep.
No. Screw those people.
Would you plan?
Well, I won't be here, will I? No, probably not. Maybe I will.
No.
27,
Maybe. With technology and stuff, maybe. But that. So if we knew the world was going to end in 2086, maybe technology would change. They would stop making people live 200 years. They would try, because they keep trying to do. They keep trying to make arms or heads or whatever.
I feel like I might be a little more reckless.
Right. I think even if it was 2086, I'm going to be dead anyway. I'm not making it. I know I'm not making it to 2086.
And all the kids that I know now are assholes, so
Right.
I'm not concerned in trying to make it a better place for them. Like, that's the biggest eye roll
Right.
for me.
At one point, we'd all become Republicans. We'd be like, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, no, climate change, my ass. Oh, what's going to happen in 100 years? Oh, in 100 years, I mean, the world's going to end because of climate change? Guess what? Comet's going to take us out anyway, so I'll tell you what. Woohoo! Let's all get diesel generators and crank them up to 10.
Why not?
I'm buying a new ski boat.
Because by the time you kick it,
Yeah.
which will be way earlier than I do.
I'm gonna burn whales. If the world ends in 2086, I'm just gonna start burning whales. What's your boat run on? Whales and dolphins. And by the way, it's good. And the back says endangered because we only burn. It'll burn anything. It'll
Eating
burn
a dolphin salad sandwich.
Yes, a dolphin salad. That's right. What are you shooting? Well, we're gonna have some. We're making some leopard hummus later, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Well, why are we killing all the endangered? Because we're all endangered. 2086, the whole thing is over. Would you think you'd just get crazy, or would you go? Or do you think it would bring society together and everybody say, wars are stupid? Or people go, we just want all we can get until 2086.
Yeah. I would want to win. I want to stand on the top of the mountain.
I'll tell you what, it would be there'd be a lot less reason to not fire a nuke. If you knew the world was ending in 2086 anyway, why let the universe do it? Why not go down in the history books that will never exist as you're the guy that pulled the trigger? It seems I don't know.
But there won't be a history book.
But what do you think about human nature, though? What do you think about do you think we'd go Gandhi or we'd go Hitler? Because I always say there's two choices in the world: Gandhi or Hitler. It's always Gandhi or Hitler. So if we knew 2086 was the end, Gandhi or Hitler, what do you think we would do?
We, as in us in this room, or
Species.
what the people would do?
Species, yeah.
The riffraff.
Yeah, we are
The
you
unclean.
and I. You and I are part of that.
The debase.
Fetus,
No,
fetus
I'm not.
definitely is.
He is.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
Anybody who's 23 is part of the unclean. It's just sorry,
Literally.
it is. You just are. Have
What
you seen
is
his car?
that smell?
Have you
That's
seen-
by the way in your new show.
Yes, which we will be up at in Chico, California on Friday, and we will be in Fresno, California on Saturday.
It's one of my favorite parts of the new show that you're writing.
Yep.
And I'm not even going to explain it, but you just stop and go, And what is that smell?
Yeah. It does apply to fetus too sometimes.
Born with a Defect.
Yeah.
New show. Fresno Tower Theater and Chico El Rey this weekend.
It's actually I will have about 50 minutes when we start. Yeah, I got 50 minutes, and I'll be rehearsing the new bit on the drive up tonight because I got to do radio in the morning.
So you don't sleep?
I'm not going to sleep.
Interesting idea that just came into my head.
Yep.
At least interesting to me. You know how logically, if I said, "Are you going to live forever?" you would intellectually say, "No, of course not."
Right.
But we all live like we're going to live forever.
Right.
The plastic surgery. I just went to the dermatologist and got a facial. It's
HGH,
injections, gym, Whole Foods.
I got a new trainer so I can get pumped up, so I can keep myself young, so I can last a little longer.
Please say his name.
Presto.
Yeah, it is.
His name is Presto. And you know what? With a name like Presto, you think you'd have a cool T-shirt. And I kept going, you bring the sweat, I'll bring the magic. Presto Fitness. That's what, something like that. And I'm like, when you need something like that, but no.
That sounds like it's a little more than a training session. You should never say, "I'll bring the magic," unless you plan on bringing the magic.
It's a vague world we're in right now.
I just think that it raises high expectations. If I sign on with a trainer that promises to bring the magic, I can assure you.
You want him to Harry Potter your ass. I want abs now.
Oh, that's not even what I meant. Anyway, so yeah, you kind of think that you're going to live forever.
Right.
So that takes that away. Because we really do live like we're going to live forever, and it takes that away. So wouldn't that just bring in this whole reckless, screw it? People would get really ugly within 5 years and fat. Why would you work out? Why would you do all those things that we do every day to protect ourselves and make ourselves look better?
Is that where your mind goes? Because I thought you'd be the classy one in this argument, and
No.
it turns out you're really the Mad Max Road Warrior Thunderdome.
Thank
Let's
you.
kill everybody.
Yeah.
You're living in a tower.
Oh, you thought I was going to choose
You're living in
Gandhi?
a tower cage with feathers in your hair and metal on your boobs. That's pretty much what you're going to be doing. I'm gonna Gandhi it. I would think. I would want to actually, and this is gonna make people go, you're lying, Titus. But I would think I would be like, all right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just make a difference now because we only have this much time. Let's enjoy this world. And you're like, you're on the rape and pillage train, whereas I'm on the let's make things better train. I think this surprises everybody listening. Frankly.
No, I just think that you asked me about human nature. What do I think people will do?
I think
I have a very low opinion of society.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of killing. I think what would happen was the people that wanted peace would actually have a monster war to get rid of all the people that just wanted to kill, and then we would actually live in peace.
Imagine
I think
2086.
Right.
The raping that would go on.
Oh, up till then, wow.
Oh, I'm gonna get a life sentence for cutting her head off, and
yeah, I think you wouldn't even need crime statistics. You could pretty much bet that as from 2070 on, things are going to increase pretty much every year.
At 2070, people are going to start weighing the 17 years versus the crime.
Right. How much raping can I get done in 17 years?
Is that worth 17 years?
You know what? You know what? Heroin, I haven't tried that yet. I have not. There's some things I haven't done. How much stuff can I put in my butt? I think there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you're going to do starting in 2070 if the world's going to end in 2086.
I don't even know how you went there about putting things in your butt, and I'm the rape and pillage and weirdo. Who even thinks about putting things in their butt except for 23-year-olds?
I thought about putting donuts. I said earlier. I said donuts. You didn't hear you weren't here when I taped the Armageddon update.
I tuned it out.
I said, butt donuts. See, some people would, if you know you're going to die, would you just start eating donuts? Because we willpower. I want to get fat. I want to live this long life. So if you just knew you were going to go, when you just start cranking down everything you wanted, I would have pesto donuts. I would just have everything just fat, horrible, and stuff it into every orifice. And then I said, butt donuts.
And then we laugh because I never heard it. And then you explained it on air.
At all. By the way, for those of you that have been here since the beginning, I know sorry you had to hear that again, but my co-host, who just seems to show up whenever she wants.
I was here.
You're kind of the Kardashian kind of this podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
You're just kind of like, why are we doing? Butt donuts.
Totally vapid. With a large arse.
Is it my turn to talk now? Okay. So I don't believe... There you are. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yo, man, what we talking about?
Butt donuts. I just found out, too.
Oh, man. So we talking about prison? Because I would tell you that, man. I would say that sounds like something that someone call you out on for prison. yo, man, after we go to the cafeteria, we get that dude in the shower, we're going to do some butt donuts.
What? You know, man, I don't like that everything we talk about with you always goes back to prison.
There you go with what you know, right?
I don't think I like the sound of a butt donut in prison.
No, right, exactly. It sounds like something that happens after you were attacked, or it may be the name of the attack.
Donuts are also what fat people sit on, butt donuts at baseball games. Did I sound like the Rain Man when I just said
Yes, you did. Like you just connected some bizarre. Fat people also sit on butt donuts.
at baseball games?
Definitely bad baseball
Many
games.
baseball games.
Because there are a lot of fat people at baseball games. Definitely.
Told you I don't like the voice, man. I don't like when you do him. I don't like his character. I don't like the way your face twists up when you do that. You got to stop doing that.
I love it.
You really, you look deep inside yourself. The reason you don't like me because deep inside you, there's a me.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make him stop.
I can't make him stop.
You got to make him stop.
I
doing
love
it.
him.
I know you like him, but I don't like him. He make me feel stupid.
You should go with it and let
Really?
him be inside you.
Really, let me be inside you. Really, it's time for your own butt donuts.
I can't even. I don't even think you should respond to that.
Anyway, all right, man, that made me laugh, but you got to stop. Titus, stop doing the voice. All right, stop. So what are you guys talking about today?
We're talking about there's supposed to be a comet that's going to miss us on Friday by about 2.8 million miles, and they said it's close. It's going to skim, and it doesn't seem close to me at all.
I would agree with that. That don't seem close. 2.6 million miles. I don't even think we need to even move our head a little bit to get. It's going to clear, right?
Right. So what we're going to do is we're talking, but as it goes in its orbit, it keeps clearing the planet a little closer. It loses 1 million kilometers. Don't ask me how long a kilometer is.
It's a kilometer.
Oh yeah, that's right, kilometer. It's English. It's kilometer. Kilometer.
By the way, speaking of that guy,
anyway,
let me just say this. This is hugely important in your world, but
yes.
I was just reading about this. But Jeremy Clarkson has been fired from Top Gear.
Yeah, that's correct. I saw that, man. You love that show.
I do love the show.
I thought you said it was because of racism, but it was actually that he just decked one of the producers.
Yeah, I thought he said something. I think the first thing was he had said something he shouldn't have said and wouldn't retract it, and then he retracted it, and then he punched one of the producers. That's a mistake because, by the way, producers easily replaced. They also may be losing a little bit of ratings. When I hear something like this, look, when someone really gets fired, like Grace Under Fire, Brett Butler. When Brett Butler got fired, it was in the news for a day and it was gone. You know why? Because Brett Butler really got fired. Carsey Warner was the producer of that show. She took a full Coke can. Tom Warner came out and was like, blah, 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 and she took a full Coke can and winged it at him. That's the rumor. That's what I heard anyway. And so she got fired, and it was over. It was literally done. Jeremy Clarkson, when you hear 4 or 5 news stories over 3 weeks that someone got fired, they didn't get fired. They're still negotiating. First of all, you can't take Jeremy Clarkson out.
Yeah, because that dude, man, that's how do you run that show without that dude? Like, he's the head asshole on that show, man.
That's what I love him.
Yeah, right. He does stuff that's crazy. Even I tell you what, I'm not like an automotive racing dude, but even as a black man, I like watching that show.
He makes
Even
bad
she
teeth
watches
beautiful.
it. He makes bad teeth beautiful.
He does, right? Like, he rocks those teeth. Like, nobody can.
Who do you think would survive? So anyway, let me finish Willie. So basically, there's this comet. Supposedly, when it comes around on this orbit in 2087, it's going to hit the Earth. And the whole thing is, what would happen? What would you do if you knew the world was going to end in 2087? Because you got some time. It's not like you have to jump on it right now. But would you become a painter? Would you learn how to play the piano? Would you start killing people?
Definitely.
Okay, okay, let me finish. Would you live your dream?
Hell, man, I live my dream, man. My dream every day, man. I'm out on 3rd and Western living a dream. That's what I say. But actually not a dream, I say that so people don't bother me and ask me what I'm doing. That's why.
So what would you do if the world was going to end in 2086?
Let me see. Well, first of all, I believe I would kill you.
What?
Because then I would get her. I would work. Yeah, I would actually kill you first, and then I would go after Bombshell. And then if Bombshell said that I could not have her, then I would probably kill her too. And then I would do 40 years in jail and spend the last 40 as an old man, killing.
What?
So you're just gonna go kill people?
I don't even think he should be allowed on this show.
I know, dude. Why do you? Your background is tense. Is intense. You were raised, and I know you're joking, but what would you really do?
Violin, I believe.
Violin?
I believe I would learn the violin.
You went from murdering two of your
one's
family
a joke,
members?
man. One's a joke. All right, one's a joke.
So you'd actually learn an instrument.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would. What I would do is I'd probably learn the violin, be calm, because I think the world gonna come apart. If we knew that the world, if NASA said tomorrow, by the way, the world gonna end 2087, I think two things will happen. I think there would be a kick up of a lot of crazy. I think people would just start shooting, killing. It would be nuts for a while. But then we realized after about 3 weeks that, well, hell, man, we still got like. We still got like 70 years, man. We fucked everything up. We build it now and then destroy it again as we get closer.
Would science
I think
stop?
that's a good point.
Technology?
Well, that's what I was saying. Would science stop? That's what I was thinking. Fetus, what do you think? Would you care anymore? Because all these longevity drugs, would you think they would care anymore?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. No. Crops. I will tell you this.
Did his voice just crack?
Yeah, he knows he's so. We're not living near the mics. He's sitting him way in the back, so he's like he has to yell from across the room.
Take the leash off
and that's
of
the
him.
way it should be, man. He should have to sit in the corner, man. Fetus ain't learned shit yet.
Wow.
That's a good point.
You're kind of fired up today.
He's right though. You got to earn the spot, man. Fetus is in the open mic stage of the podcast right now.
Murder Willie.
Shut up. He's in the murder.
Oh. He just got shushed.
Did he just say Murder Willie?
He did.
Dude, you need to really back it down just a tad. You know who Willie is, right? You know who Willie am, because Willie said ha up to a point, and then all of a sudden Fetus don't show up to work. Now they say I'm gonna kill you. I might just have to scare you a little bit.
I greatly admire.
Oh, you don't want to be scared
No.
a little bit. Trust me, you do not want to be scared
he
a little
doesn't
bit.
know about that.
He doesn't know about it, but let's just say it has to do with a butt, don't it?
I admire the use of the word am, by the way, in that statement. You don't know who Willie am.
Yeah, it's kind of a Popeye thing, huh? You kind of went Popeye on us.
Kind of did.
Well, I am what I am.
What?
That's
Ghetto Popeye. What are we talking about?
You was just talking about Ghetto Popeye. And I don't mind being Ghetto Popeye. By the way, that's a rap name that has not been used up yet. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Ghetto Popeye.
I kind of like that guy. I want to see more of him. What does he do?
I am what I am. I like it. I think we should do it about. So I would think, so would it make all these survivalists go crazier, you think? People would move up to the mountains and just kind of bury their stuff and live off the land?
Why build anymore? Why fix cities?
Why get a job?
Why?
Why? Just live a life. It's weird. It's weird. If you know Armageddon's coming in 2 weeks, you know what to do. If it's coming in 70 years, you don't know what to do. You just all they're saying is now. It'd just be there'd be if we'd go instead of that nuclear clock that's always like 3 minutes to midnight, it would just be a countdown to Armageddon clock. I think in 70 years we could invent something to blow it up. Do you think? Get rid of the asteroid? 70 years, probably. I think that's what would happen. All medical technology would stop. We would actually go full speed and trying to come up with something to destroy this thing.
What if you were born in 2070?
Right.
So you're going to be 17 when it happens.
Wow.
Would you listen to your parents?
I didn't listen to my parents when I was 17, as it was, and the world was going to continue, man. What you think now you're going to listen? Hell no. I stopped listening at 3.
Would you ever get out of a diaper? No. Right?
Why work on this? Why program the children when they're going to be blown up?
Right.
Even want to have kids?
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to have kids anymore either. I think nobody would have kids anymore. If you knew that the world was going to end in 2017, why would you have kids? You just knew you have 2070.
A lot of raping. A lot of raping. We already said that.
That's true. There'd be lots of raping. But maybe there'd be some responsible raping.
What?
Yeah, condom raping.
Oh yeah, because when people are in the mood for raping, they always think things through.
How do you know that? How do you know you've been in the mood for raping before?
Haven't we all, as Fetus? Who's with me? Who's with me?
Oh man, I can't even count how many times.
Dude, stop.
See, I knew you would jump on.
I know. So
what would you do?
Instantly, if I knew, at first I thought I would react really hard. I thought I'd be like, oh, we got to get hit. And then I thought, well, it's still 72, 73 years.
Right.
So why not just I would probably continue the life. I'd have a new bit about the Armageddon that's coming in 72 years.
Would there be something in you that wanted to prepare your children, though, who might be alive for that?
We figured that they might be alive. I would tell them to do what they want to do. I think I would just tell everyone in my life, hey, do what you want to do. Don't get locked into an office for any time at all. Don't pick a job that you love. Don't go to University of Phoenix. Don't get. I think
started to sing that.
I think alcohol sales would skyrocket. I think I'd buy
sales.
I would buy an alcohol distribution company. No, I don't think. I think there'd be. I think for the first month when people found it out, there'd be batshit. I think that martial law would be imposed. They would shut it all down. The president would come out and say, "Listen, guys, we got 70 years to fix this. We're going to fix this," even though they know they can't fix it. Because this thing's been hurtling through space for eons. So they would go, calm it down, we're going to build something. We go, all right, we're back to normal. The world's not ending in 2087. And then we'd all get back to work. And then I think that in 2087, we would just go down. What do
you think would happen in Florida?
I think Elon Musk would survive. That's what I think. I think the guy that owns SpaceX and Tesla one day you just see, and he would take off. I'm going to blow up the rock. That's what he would say. And he would save our lives.
Yeah, that dude's a genius, man. Remember that dude, that scientist dude on The Simpsons, that talked like Jerry Lewis? That's who Elon Musk is.
What?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. The guy on Simpsons. I believe we should actually get to the side of the chemicals that will be fitting into the rocket ship to blow up the asteroid. And why do they call hemorrhoids when they're asteroids?
Oh my gosh.
That's insightful, man. That's actually insightful. He's right.
That is.
That is, man.
I always thought because they were on your hemisphere, you know?
Well, weirdly enough, I understand that.
Because when you have hemorrhoids, there's nothing
But your
else.
hemisphere is called your ass.
I know, but that was already taken.
What happened to this podcast? I think sometimes I pick a subject and we don't have enough heat to continue on. Would you like to move up to the mountains? Move to the cabin, move up to the mountains and just live there? I think so. I think I'd start farming my own food. I think I would get a little bit militia-y because I do think people would lose their shit as we got closer. And I'd still find a way to do comedy though, I think. I
think that, if you thought the world was going to end, that the parts of you that don't, how you hold yourself back sometimes.
Right.
And I don't think I would want to become Laura Ingalls. That's not my secret desire or dream.
You'd still want to have high heels and nightlife.
Oh, I would be in Beverly Hills. I would be breaking into the Neiman Marcus. That's where I would be.
I think we've
every day.
We'd start a club, the Armageddon Club. I think that's what we should do. Start the Armageddon Club.
Do we have special shoes?
Yes, you will have special shoes for that. I think space travel. I think Elon Musk was talking about. He's been talking about Mars. He would just go, guys. We're all going to go to Mars. Relax, because he says we're going to go to Mars by 2028 or something like that.
Yeah, but you'd have to go with people from Earth.
Right.
It's like going to Disney World in Florida.
Well, you need someone to go to Mars,
or
man.
Land.
You need someone to go to Mars that can handle some business. You need a dude that can get on Mars in case there is Martians there. Get in the yard with the Martians and then lay down the law. And then you let the humans come in and we build society again. We actually become a civilization. We build society buildings, we build infrastructure, man. And then what happens is we destroy that planet. And then, 2,000 years from then, we actually move on to the next planet. And we slowly become this horrible virus that just destroys the universe.
That's beautiful.
Wow, man. That's the best description of humanity I believe I've heard. Nice job, Willie.
Yo, you're welcome, man. Anytime.
So if we... have you pulling up anything about this, or did you even pull up anything about this?
No.
News-wise? No facts at all?
No, you with the kilometers, man. I was like, what else need we? When you threw out those fun facts.
Are you making fun of me right now?
No. Totally.
All right, people. So it's possible that the world could end in 2087. They haven't said it, and I don't think they would announce it. I think deep down, the people that run things know that we are so stupid and overreact so badly, and we're all kind of dumb, and that we would actually destroy the planet. And if they announced that the world was ending in 2087, we would destroy it by 2023. It would be nothing left. It'd just be a smoking cinder. Nuclear waste covering mutants, one-eyed people just roaming the land.
Yeah, well, there'd be some dogs left.
What?
What?
There'd be some dogs left?
Yo, man, every time in them apocalypse movies, there always one or two dogs just roaming around. Never a bunch of dogs, like one or two. There's always one or two dogs.
Thank you, Willie, for jumping in on the Armageddon picture. He did. Basically, he's the Armageddon set dresser. He basically just put those extra details in that makes it really look like Armageddon.
What kind of dogs?
You know that one that like that, and then Mad Max, the one with this guy's all spotted, he got different colors on him and stuff. That crazy ass looking dog.
Blue Heeler.
Catahoula. The two different colored eyes?
Yo, man, that's my sister's best friend's name. Catahoula Jefferson, man. She was good, man. She was good. She came from Tennessee, man. It's crazy. Catahoula. That girl could dance.
I never know what he's talking
I don't either.
Yeah, you do. You want to see Catahoula. And by the way, she loved white boys, too.
Did you get your clothes together for my friend's place?
I did. I got some stuff. I got some old Timberlands and stuff out. I'm going to send some jeans out. That I don't know who the jeans going to fit because they're kind of baggy on me. They always been baggy. But that was cool what you did, man.
That's right, I did. I actually went on Facebook. There was a thing. I was going through something recently. I was kind of worried about... there's a job I'm trying to get, and I'm worried if it's coming on or not. Are they going to give it to me? And I started, and then the new show. I'm in that weird space where I'm working on two different shows, and I'm like, is this show gonna? Because Angry Pursuit of Happiness was so good, right? It was so good, destroying the room. Did you just yawn into the mic?
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I'm very tired.
Bored.
I'm not bored.
You're taking care of two adults.
I am.
So, and I had even goes this moment, people where you're kind of in life, and life's kind of going okay, and then all of a sudden something little happens, or nothing happens, but your brain starts talking to you and starts telling you what a loser you are. That's my job. I do that. I tell him he's a loser, and nothing's ever going to work out. And there's a day you buy into it, and I went really down this tube where I was like, life sucks. I quit. I want to quit comedy. I don't want to do it anymore. And white lady problems. I was definitely driving Miss Daisy.
Old white lady.
Really old white lady problems. So what I did was, I found out a long time ago, when something like that is going on in your life, try to do something for someone else. Get out of your head, stop thinking about you, and go do something. So my friend's place, just so you guys know, is an organization. They help homeless teens in Los Angeles, and they don't just help Los Angeles teens, because the reason they're homeless teens is because they came from across the country. Because I'm going to go be a star. My mom and dad are abusive, and mom's addicted to crystal meth and doesn't take care of me, so I'm leaving Florida, and I'm going to Hollywood to become a star. And then they get here, and they realize that this is a tough town, and it's like any other town, and it's almost impossible to get in the business. So what my friend's place does is they actually on the front lines of teen homelessness, and they keep kids, like they can show up, and if it's getting cold and the kids need a hoodie, they give them a hoodie.
I sent 3 hoodies too.
Thank you. And then if you socks or whatever, they make sure the kids have them. They give them a hot meal, give them some books to read, let them chill for a minute so they're not on the street getting their ass kicked or getting raped or whatever. And it's kind of a place where they can hang out during the day and they can get some stuff. So I went over there and I donated a bunch of stuff one day, and I gave them a little check for, I donated some money to the thing. And I'm there and I go in, and there's a huge pile of clothes inside. And they start freaking out about the clothes I brought. And I'm like, well, you could just, I said, you guys obviously don't, I said, like, wow, you guys don't need any clothes. And she goes, no. We need men's clothes. We don't have any men's clothes at all. Women will just give clothes all day long. But there's the women on the street, there's not compared to men, there's a lot more men on the street than women. And so she said, anything you can do to get us more men's clothes. And I'd already cleaned out my closet. So guys, if you're out there, they said we don't get guys' clothes because guys, we just wear our shit forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, not black man, we go, no, we till it got a little smudge on it, it's moving on.
Mm-hmm.
We stylish.
White guys wear their clothes forever.
Okay, to clarify, that's all I want you to do.
So I donate my clothes. So do me a favor, guys. If you can, go online, go to myfriendsplace.com, get the address, anything in your closet, box it up, and send it in. It's really tough for these guys. It's tough enough to live on the street, but to not have anything to wear and trying to make it in Los Angeles impossible. And by the way, I'm not saying to help people in Los Angeles. These are all people from your town, from your state, who came out to LA and are trying to make it here.
MyFriendsPlace.org.
Yeah, .org. So do that for me. Thanks. And so I went in and I Facebooked it and I started talking to people about it. And you know what? I got out of my own head about me, because poor Christopher Titus, life isn't going perfect for him.
I know, it's pathetic, right? Ain't he pathetic sometimes? You know, dude, you have this life going on that's so good, man. And like every time I hear you, bitch, I want to punch you in the face.
Thank you, Willie. That makes me feel a lot better. But you do it because you're a friend.
Damn right. How do you not punch him in the face?
What? What's going on? Where am I?
Oh, she did it again, man. You just out today. You look sick. You see, your eyes look weird. You were sick?
I am not feeling well.
Yeah, she's got in a fever. She's got a little bit of a fever.
For like a few days.
So let's keep her focused. All right, guys. So Armageddon's coming, 2087. Relax. Take your time.
Is it for sure? Fetus 2087.
Fetus, we looked at it, right? He said he goes on 2087. Potentially that thing is going to get closer and closer to the Earth, and by 2087 it will be close enough where it could actually hit us.
Well, potentially you could have a 200-pound hemorrhoid explode and you could aneurysm out of your ass and die. I mean, potentially a lot of things could happen. Potentially you could die on your way to your apartment after the podcast.
You know how they cure that? Butt on it. That's how they cure that.
That's what fat people, that's why they sit on them at baseball games.
This has been Welcome to the Ass Show at the Titus Podcast.
I'm so glad that Willie showed up, because he's always with me. He's got my back.
All right, guys. So get ready for 2087. Pack a bag. You know what? On second that, don't pack a bag. Eat what you want. Look, starting around 2083, just let it go. But 2083, keep shit together to 2083. Then 2083 through 2087. Have 4 years of just a drug-induced hallucination.
But that's the thing. I think a lot of people, it's Darwinism, natural selection, that whole concept, whatever you call it, that like all of those people that we do news stories about,
right,
they will weed themselves out within the first 4 years. And then after the first 4 years, it'll be somewhat utopic.
So utopic, is that even a word? I thought that's what happens when you get a weird pregnancy.
No, that's what happens when Catahoula Jackson had a weird pregnancy. That's what she called it.
Oh, man, that baby came out with shoes on, man.
I don't even know what he's talking about. What is he talking about?
What are we talking about?
Well, it was a weird pregnancy, you know. The girl was pregnant for 18 months, man. That's a big kid. She said no. She was living in
She
denial.
just said nope.
Yeah, your mind, your mind is the most important thing in the world, man. And Catahoula Jackson, she had basically just said, I ain't pregnant. And we are like, well, then you getting fat. And she kept that baby in for 18 months.
You don't think that maybe she was just fat and then she got pregnant to cover up for the fact that she was...
I didn't spend that much time working on it, man.
Uh-oh.
I was like, yeah, whatever. If then look, eventually another kid gonna show up. You know, everybody, white people, black people, another kid gonna show up. So I just waited my time. I don't even. Why just sometimes.
So weeding out, they'll be gone.
Well, all the people that are already living on the street, like the world is over. What's the point?
Right.
Like all those people that live in what's the point would have now a reason. Yeah, you've been a loser your whole life. You live in you know what? Now you have a reason. You're right. What's the point? For 70 years. I would have fun. I would actually become a pilot. I would learn.
Well, why don't you do that now? Why would you say, aha, and now we get to the learning section of the Titus podcast. Why would you say, if the world were going to end in 70 years, I would have a lot of fun, and then you start listing things like be a pilot and stuff. Why?
Because I could fly the plane right into the asteroid, give it the last shot.
No.
Cessna. Hit it.
Hold on. Hold that thought, because we're right at the crux. We're about to have a breakthrough.
Okay.
Why, if you found out that the world was going to end, you would have fun? The world is going to end, FYI.
My world is going to end, definitely, eventually.
And this world might. So,
right.
But definitely the world is going to end for you. And get this. This is going to blow your mind.
Oh, this is getting deep.
This is going to blow your mind.
Yo, man, listen. Don't look away from her. Look her right in her eyes.
Because
man.
you said if the world ends in 70-something years,
Yes.
you would have fun. Here, this is going to blow your mind. At your age, the world is actually going to end way sooner than that.
True that. Well, I believe they're going to invent
No.
hearts
Hot dot
and
dot
stuff
dot, Daniel
and
son.
kidneys.
Hot dot dot. Focus.
Hot dot dot. That's what he said. That was exactly
Hot
what
tot.
Hot dot 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 dot.
Focus.
Look I. Look I.
Don't look up.
Pay a beer.
Look at here.
Look I.
Sand and paint a fence. Shut the fuck up.
That would have been great.
Your world is going to end in much less time than that. So why wouldn't you just have fun and go get your pilot's license and do stuff like that and quit your bitching?
You know what? I'm doing it. You're right.
That's right.
I am doing it.
All right, Timmy.
Yeah. I'm glad the asteroid's going to hit the Earth because I'm going full out. From this moment forward, I'm stepping up. Yeah. 1 foot in front of the other. I'm going to be a master of my world and my universe.
I don't like that voice even
I don't
more,
either.
man. I don't. That's just the goofiest little. That is the whitest thing you ever did in your
He
life.
sounded like Fetus kind of when we first met him.
Fetus is, you have to admit, man, Fetus came from a very sheltered kind of place. He came from a sheltered... Honestly, Fetus he went to film school. He's out here working for the company now. And I will say this about Fetus. Had Fetus just come out here the way he was going, in a couple of months, you could be sending your clothes for him to put on at my friend's place. He's sitting in the corner burning. He's just burning. He's already got the little homeless hipster beard
We
thing
drove
going on.
away from you that night after we met you, and he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I think we have to hire him so we can take care of him.
So we can
We need to
protect
protect him. Can we have him? Can we please have him?"
She did.
And then I said in the same breath, "We're going to so destroy his life."
We've started. As you can tell, we've started.
We're slowly
he's
chipping
sitting in
away.
the corner. See, here's the problem. I guess some of his he comes from a very supportive, like giving, loving family, which is so weird. Like, how do you? And then you go to L.A. Like, how caring and loving can they be? They send his ass to. They let him go to L.A.
Because they believe in his potential to be
I know, I
anything
do
that he
too.
wants
But
to be.
L.A. believes in nobody's potential, and they will hurt you. But he's here, so they listen to the podcast, and we gave him the nickname Fetus, and now everybody calls him Fetus. His friends are calling him Fetus, uncles, aunts, people that listen to the podcast.
Relatives? Your relatives listen?
Yeah, they started calling him Fetus.
Oh, you guys have done a
that's
great job
messed
with
up,
Little
man.
Fetus.
So basically, you gave him a nickname that's gonna stick now. Oh,
He's great. Let me just say this because I
No,
know
you
that you're
guys are-
kind of sensitive, and we have to ease into
let me
making
say
fun
this
of
before
you.
you say anything. We got to build this boy a callus. That's what it said.
Right.
So, dude, I've been parts of LA that these two ain't never been in, man. We got to build you a callus. That's what we building on you right now. Just be thankful that we here.
And
agree
we
with
never rip on anyone that we don't love. If we don't
Sure.
like you, we don't have time for
What
you.
complimentary. That's
Yeah.
the way. Good job.
Yeah, you
Hey,
were
you're really
great.
good, man. That was
You're
nice
great.
what you did.
Sure,
that was
we'll
good.
call.
Yeah, dude.
It's
No,
great.
you know we do. You know we need to get together. This was great. We should do this again.
By the way, nice pant.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm nice to people too like that, man. You know why? Because there's some people so damaged you don't got time to fix them.
I love that you think.
Where you don't even want to invest time
Right. I don't.
because people suck so bad.
This relationship has already dug a hole in my soul. I'm not spending any time to fix it.
We like Fetus.
And I'm sure people feel like that about me too.
He gave us a thumbs up,
Yeah.
but he's sort of
He's
like
shrinking
mumbled
in the
under
corner.
his
Yeah,
breath at the
mother-
same time.
Sons of bitch.
No, his family listened. He doesn't cuss.
Golly gee, this is so mean to me.
Hey, Ma.
Just got an eye roll in the back. All right, guys. So anyways, World's Ending 2087. Enjoy it. Get ready for it. Plan slow. You got some time. Relax. Watch your shows. And just on your computer at 5, what can I get in 2087?
I will. You know what? I'll say something. Just scratching the surface.
Yeah, you said something.
Shut up. Scratching the surface of something personal that I am not yet ready to talk about. But I will say that I am, I'm currently going through something that is making me become aware of mortality. And And it's pretty shocking. It's like that's why I brought that up, because we do live in a mindset where we feel like we're going to live forever and the people that we love are going to live forever. And especially if you're young, you're going to live way longer, and everyone's going to die at 9,500 and right.
I said in Angry Pursuit of Happiness, we all believe we're Highlanders, and there's not a person out there that wakes up and goes, well, I'm going to die one day. Maybe this day should be my best. And we've heard the cliche and we've heard people talk about it for a long time. But the reality is there's really no end date that you can even wrap your mind around.
No, because it could be this date.
And I wonder if that's the one glitch human beings have, because we are arrogant, we are narcissistic, we think we can do anything, and part of us just goes, on top of doing everything, we are all immortal. And if there was an end date, and we all have an end date. My dad had an end date. That's what kind of woke me up to it. Yeah, 58 is way too young to get to check out, especially with his health as bad as it was.
It is weird. I heard a guy on the radio say, and I'm sure that I've heard things like this and I just haven't noticed them, but I am noticing everything these days.
Yes.
And he said, you should wake up every morning, and by virtue of the fact that you're breathing, you should be thankful. Thank God that you have another day here. This is a gift. This day, this breath, this life, whatever, right? And I just thought, like, holy crap, right?
Because thank you, brain, for not popping a blood vessel while I slept. Nice job, brain. Nice job.
That's what we should wake up thrilled. But instead, human beings, I wake up like, I hate everybody.
Aorta held it together one more night. Nice job. Hey, I was on the treadmill for 35 minutes and my heart didn't explode. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I knew a guy when I was working for the criminal defense attorney.
Yep.
Right upstairs, his name was Steve. He was an attorney. He was 48.
Ugh.
And he left. I was friends with him. He left. He said goodbye. He went to the gym. He ran. He always was a runner. He ran like 10 miles, whatever, but he was on the treadmill, and they knew he was dead because he spatulaed off the back wall.
So basically he did a ridiculousness video,
Yes.
except he was dead on the other
and
side of it.
everyone was like, "You're funny, Steve." And he was dead. He just went home after work and went jogging on the treadmill, and he died. And it's crazy. Like, you're right. Like, our brains cannot even comprehend that.
Well, you know why? Because human beings, and everybody in this room, fetus is developing it, but have a life force.
That's right, man. You got to be in the room. You got to bring up the energy, man. And I agree with him. I think people have this thing in them, man, that has this. You ever meet someone that can walk into a room and the room changes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that. I meant. Well, you guys wouldn't know anyone else like that, but that's the kind of energy that human beings. And it's all electrical energy, man. It's all electrical running through your body, and then once that flips off, man, that shit is crazy.
He's right. When my dad died, and he was laying in his. It's weird because that electrical energy keeps your skin tight and keeps your shape.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in his casket, it looked like he was puddling. He was just puddling around his skull. His face was dropping in. I was like, "We need to. Why? Who opened the box? Why would we leave the box
What's
open?
in the box?
What's exactly.
What's in the box?
The priest is on ecstasy at a funeral. What's in the box? It's my dad. What? Who hired this guy? All right, guys. So live like the world's going to end tomorrow if you can, and if not, you can't live like it's going to end in 2087. That's better. Living like the world's going to end tomorrow is pressure. Living like the world's going to end in 2087, I can deal with that. I can at least have an end date and go, you know what? I'll do something good today. It's not going to last forever. There you go. But I'm not going to live like it's going to die tomorrow.
I like that you even procrastinate. like your life lesson.
Yeah, she's right. That's extra lazy, man. You're extra lazy.
Thank you. All right,
you know what, people? I don't want to stress you out too much. Don't live like it's going to end tomorrow, because that'll make you take too much action. Don't get all wound up. Live like it's going to end 70-something
years from now, and just do what you can. Do what you can. At the end of the day, do what you can. All right, guys. Now we're going to go. First of all, we did mention the club we're going to be at.
It's not a club. It's actually a theater.
Right, 2 theaters. Right, we're doing Fresno and we're doing Chico this weekend. I would also Friday in Chico, California, college party capital of the world. At least was for a while.
El Rey Theater.
The El Rey Theater. Mm-hmm.
Friday, 8 p.m.
Good theater.
And then Saturday, Fresno Tower Theater. We're back.
Yeah, that was one of our first big theater dates that we started doing.
The Chico and the Fresno one.
Yeah, we like this. They're great to us.
Yep.
And also, guys, do me do me a favor. We don't take ads on the podcast. Very rarely we do. There's one company we used. You can help us out though. Go to the Titus podcast page and click through it and make that your homepage on Amazon. So when you go to Amazon, you got to click through that page, and we get a little something something. So anything you're gonna buy on Amazon, go through Titus podcast page, click on the Amazon link, and then you can help us out.
And while you're there, check out the tour dates. So I just updated some stuff, but the next tour in April is going to be a whole Montana tour: Billings, Bozeman, and Missoula.
And next week we're going to give you updates on how to get the Titus app on iTunes.
Old Fetus has been busy.
Yeah, Fetus is on his game.
Yeah, the dude talented, man, but I just worry that he gonna get that this town gonna eat him alive before he gets some shit done. You know.
I agree. That's what we're all worried about. So we got you, man. All right, guys. And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News. From around the world in the city, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
That was my cut. That was my rap sign. It is not illegal to stand in your doorway naked in North Carolina, but that may change soon. Thanks to one North Carolina resident, Charlotte, North Carolina. We were there not too long ago.
Yes, we were. Great shit.
This man, for at least a decade, periodically appears nude inside his glass front door.
Yo, like a ghost, or is it a dude? It's an actual dude.
No, I don't think it's a guy, right? He just stands.
He lives there, yeah. Or he opens his garage door and lifts weights naked. Or he stands in his backyard in full view of his neighbors and their children.
I will tell you this, man. If you on the yard, you lifting weights naked, you ain't gonna get messed with. I don't care what gang you in, man. The white supremacists ain't gonna mess with you. The brothers ain't gonna mess with you. The miles, nobody, man.
Especially if you're doing squats.
Yeah, you doing squats naked in the yard? Yo, that's just a weird dude.
Maybe that's the way you go through prison, right? That's a good idea. Just be the weirdest guy in prison. I think they'll just kill you eventually.
The kids in the neighborhood call him the wee wee man, which doesn't say much about his endowment. But here, the issue being that it's private property. If you think about it, it's his property.
Yeah, but
he just happens to have open doors and glass.
But if you can see if it's still public nudity, if you can see it from public.
Oh, did you see me naked? I'm sorry. I was just passing in front of my door.
Wow.
Right? I mean,
what does he think's going to happen?
Well, obviously he is a voyeurism. I was about to say voyeurist, and then I'm very tired.
Yes.
A voyeur. Is that the person that shows it, or is that the person that watches it? That's the person that watches it.
Yeah, voyeur.
He is an exhibitionist.
Yes.
Hey.
Right. Yeah.
Even on no sleep, I can get
you
words
got the
out
thumbs
eventually.
up and you pointed at you. The fetus was like, "Hey, nice job." Eventually, she'll get it.
Thank you. Anyway, just thought you'd like to know. Nudity abounds.
Yeah, but people don't got no innocence, man. You an old man. Why? No one wants to see you as naked. Why are you naked? No one's looking at you like, yeah, look at that old man. They're looking at you like, damn, what's wrong with that dude?
I agree with that. I think that at one point it's mentally ill. How old is he again?
I don't know. I'm just saying, wee wee man. He's obviously got some issues. Self-security issues.
Maybe, I think that's the nickname he wanted, though. You appear in your front door naked, you're going for wee wee man.
Okay.
You're shooting for that nickname.
What's the name of the guy that is more secure?
More secure in his nakedness? Thor?
Fetus giggles in the corner. He says, heck, 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 heck. All right.
Because Thor got a hammer, that's why.
I got it.
Oh,
Don't
man.
explain it.
Thank you for fixing it.
Experts have found more than $13 million in gold and other precious metals sitting idly in poop from only 1 million Americans. So if you multiply that by the U.S. population of 320 million.
Stop. Please say this again. Please say this again. I had to stop and run my brain a little bit to say it one more time.
Okay. Experts. That's a key word.
Yes, no novices jumping into this field.
No dabblers.
No.
Or maybe they were.
I like the dabble. Eureka!
Oh Oh my gosh. It's happened again. This is happening every week. We need some structure.
I tried to go to space at Armageddon and the world ending. We ended up on asses and poop. I'm so sorry.
Butt donuts.
Butt donuts. I just came out. I just thought it was two words I've never been put together before.
Okay, listen. This is very important. This is news. This is no laughing
This
matter.
is the bombshell news, and we're not taking it serious.
I think y'all stupid, frankly. But tell me what happened. I by the way, I'm sitting there kind of smiling because I don't quite understand what this story about.
Experts
Expert, she says.
found more than $13 million in gold and other precious metals sitting idly in the poop from only 1 million Americans.
You know where I store it? I wasn't mason jars in my backyard, but I figured that the young kids in the neighborhood were going to bring it up. So what I started doing, I started swallowing it. And I started leaving it in piles in the yard. And then the experts showed up, and my whole plan was foiled. I don't quite understand. There's poop miners? I don't quite understand this.
They're experts.
I don't understand. Wait, how did they find it? Were they just? I don't know. Is it at a recycling plant, like a treatment plant?
At the 249th National Meeting and Exposition of the American Chemical Society in Denver.
This was one of the subjects?
Findings were presented by a panel of field scientists and experts.
Get rich quick. Ask me how.
Ask me how. Who tested?
But eat this burrito first.
Who tested the feces of 1 million Americans and found trace amounts of gold, silver, and platinum, totaling an estimated value of $13 million. They believe.
So they basically tested a bunch of people, figured if all these people have this percentage-wise times a population of 400 million, it would be $13 million in gold in your poop.
They believe that mining through human excrement could reduce our global dependency on mining for precious metals and minerals.
This is from The Onion. This is not real.
Yo, this is a bullshit story. She right.
No.
No, come on, man. There ain't no way people mining their poop.
They're not mining their poop. It's on Yahoo and several other places.
And now you've seen Axeman on Discovery. You've seen Gold Rush. Now, the new reality show from the History Channel, Poop Miners. Let's get this out of here, man. He's about to blow. Bring the truck in. Hey, you know what we're doing? I'm saying we're going to go to a football game. There's tons here, man. There's tons here. You won't believe it. Poop Miners on Discovery. Since Jeremy Clarkson's been fired, we've got a new show. Top Gear.
Starring Jeremy Clarkson.
It's over. Now we're going lowbrow.
Scientists.
I totally got off track on that one. I need to sit and write that.
Scientists.
It's too bad. Yeah, scientists.
Can now give rats boners at the flip of a switch. I am dropping pearls today.
What has happened?
You're all welcome.
What has happened to the show today? What do you mean? Explain this to me. Okay, now electrical. They just put electric things on their testiculars, and they flick a switch, and it gives bonus. Okay, first of all, who gave them the grant? Second of all, how did they apply for the grant? And third of all, what's the point? I guess Viagra. You don't take a pill anymore.
Martin Fussenegger.
Yo, you better watch that. I don't know what you just said, man, but say, yeah.
His name is Fussenegger.
Oh, man.
He's Swedish.
Yeah, why don't you spell that one time?
Fussenegger.
Oh, that's nigger.
That's what I said, negger. Fussy negger.
Oh, you got to stop.
Fussenegger. It's actually probably Fussenegger.
Is anyone else
right?
getting uncomfortable that she get? Fetus, you like? Does it make you uncomfortable if she's saying this with me in the room?
Yes. I
no,
agree.
it's not.
Stop.
You're just mad.
Stop saying it.
He's just butthurt.
It's not. If this bothers him, he will not be with us long.
He's a researcher at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich.
Yes.
Published a paper last week
Uh-huh.
in Angewandte Chemie. Whatever.
Yo, that was my sister's cousin's friend's name.
Shut up, man. No, it wasn't.
He uses optogenics to stimulate erections in rats. It's a
This is the creepiest doctor ever.
It's a burgeoning field of synthetic biology in which certain neurons and body processes can be controlled using light.
I would like you to come into the office and look at my rats. It was a good dinner tonight. You look very beautiful. Look at what the rats can do. Oh, turn on that light. Incredible, isn't it?
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the box?
You're killing me.
I
don't even understand.
Are we done here? Do you want me to just move on?
I think we are done here.
Well, anyway, he injected their penises with DNA, and it made them go hard when a light was shined on their penis. It's optogenics.
Clap on. Clap off. Okay, so we have now done poop, butt, and dick jokes. I'm ashamed on so many levels today.
You're not.
Let's do one more story. Please make it something good. Do you have an old person kicking it? Do you have a hero of the week? Can we add a small piece of thin saran wrap layer of class today?
Woman crashes car while shaving privates? No. That was in Florida.
Go ahead. Of course it was in Florida. Okay, so where is she going? That's so important that she was really in a rush. I will just shave in the car.
She was meeting her boyfriend. She has good hygiene.
I didn't think she was going to meet a lawyer. Although
I'll skip that. That might be dirty. Let's see what else we have.
I gotta say, man, I don't know what news service you're going to, but it's really low brow.
I just find them all over. Circumcision protester Vincenzo Aiello sells foreskin sculptures for $1,000 each.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there anything good besides that has to do with, that doesn't have to do with poop, butts, gold, or penises? Or shaving your...
Do you want something like you want it to be
something?
Positive?
Yeah. I feel like we've really don't you feel like we've taken it down?
Well, nobody said positive.
I would just say
story.
there's too many lumps in the cocoa today. Sometimes you have Coke and you get one that just won't. The milk's not the right temp or whatever. It's too cold and it won't dissolve.
What?
It feels like too many lumps in the cocoa today.
What?
Come on, what do you got? Huh? All right, man. I don't even understand the metaphor, but I do understand that he just give us something normal, man. For something that does not have a penis, a boob, or a butt in it. There you go. That's all I want. That's all I want.
What do you want to hear about?
You just pick one, and we'll
There's
do it.
nothing. Okay, well, okay, old people kicking it, maybe.
There you go.
Are you? Go.
Yeah. And now, we're still getting up. We're still moving. I'm going to make it to 2087. God damn it. It's old people still kicking it. So stupid.
This story is about Frank Gray and Ada Hatch. They met 68 years ago at a church camp. They're now both 85 years old, and they got married just a few weeks ago on Valentine's Day.
Wow. Why didn't they get married? That's crazy. They've been together that long but didn't get married? Just didn't believe in marriage?
No. So they had started dating way back then, but 6 months into their relationship, he thought another guy entered the picture. She says it was just a misunderstanding.
Okay.
She says
Yes.
that then they couldn't talk because he couldn't call her because they had an 8-party line. Talk about technology changing. Have you ever seen Pillow Talk with Doris Day and Rock Hudson?
That lady, hold on, line 2. Hello, this is Sandy.
You'd pick your phone up and there would be other people talking on it.
Right, and then they had a switchboard too thing. A lady, Gladys would stick things in and put other things.
What? Anyway, they sort of remained in touch on and off over the year. Her husband passed away last year, and he thought, you know what? I'm going to give Ada a call. So he called her. They were both 84. They started dating. And she turned him down at first. But they just got married on Valentine's Day.
That is so sweet.
At 85 years old.
That's good. I'm glad she just kind of got rid of the husband that was in her life for 60 years. Just blew his memory out.
They were married 66 years.
Blew his memory out her ass and just married the next piece of penis that walked in, no matter how old it was. What? I'm just sad. There's no love.
Daniel-san. That is true. It is for 66 years.
I like the she didn't see the dude for like 65 years. Oh, it's a misunderstanding.
Oh, thank God. The one I really meant to marry.
Yo, how can women get away with that, man? It's a misunderstanding. Yeah, I didn't misunderstand nothing, miss.
He
I
said,
agree with you.
I guess her children were pretty surprised, it says. She said that obviously they thought Daddy was the only man she had ever gone out with. But Daddy kicked the bucket, and now here's Frank. And they decided, and this kind of goes with your whole the world's about to end thing, they decided that there was no time to lose. So in Valentine's Day last month, they got married 68 years after they had met. He said, we're both 85. How much longer do we have to enjoy each other? We don't have too many years left, so why not try to enjoy it? And I couldn't think of a better way to do that.
Yeah, that's a good way.
So that's how Frank and Ada would do if they thought the
You're
world
never
was
too
ending.
old to live like it's your last day. I don't know what that means. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Titus Podcast. Again, we're going to be in Chico and Fresno this weekend. Go on the Titus Podcast, our Titus website page, ChristopherTitus.com, to check that out. If you want to get any DVDs, go to ChristopherTitus.com. If you want the best, coolest, basically coolest custom car guy wear, go to CombustionSpeedwear.com. I am Christopher Titus. Don't forget to click to the Amazon link. Help us out when you can.
Yeah, we got to feed Fetus now. We're eating for 3.
Yeah, he's in lettuce and carrots right now. He's tiny. All right, for myself, Bombshell Rae, Willie Jello Johnson, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
Jello. Yo, you gonna say something, Fetus?
See ya.
Shut up.
Yeah, he gotta shut the hell up.
Yeah, you
Come
can't
with some
talk.
sort
That was a
of
trap. They
That was
totally
horrible, man.
trapped you.
I was waiting to shut the hell up.
It's entrapment.